Revolution. It's a powerful word. It tastes like gunpowder and history. It sounds like a falling statue, a shattered crown. We think of revolutions as loud, as sudden, an explosion of change that you cannot ignore. But history is full of secrets. And the biggest secret is that the most successful revolutions, the ones that truly change everything, rarely begin with a battle. They begin with an idea. An idea so quiet, so unassuming, you don't even notice it taking root. But make no mistake, when the final move is made, the bang is deafening. And today, the internet is deafening. But the story didn't start today. It started years ago, disguised as something small, something simple, something you could hold in the palm of your hand. This is the story of how Harry Styles started a revolution, not with an anthem, but with a bottle of nail polish. And how that bottle was the first deliberate move in a game so subtle, a plan so audacious, that most of us never even saw it coming. So how did he do it? How did he build an empire in plain sight? Chapter 1. The Blueprint. Let's go back to the world of 2021. It was a world starved of connection, a world of screens and distance. We were isolated. We were anxious. We were all looking for an escape, for some small pocket of light. And into that exact moment, this arrives. Pleasing. Even the name was a piece of quiet genius. Not pleasure, a noun, but pleasing, a verb, an action, something you do. It was active, gentle, and continuous. The entire philosophy was hidden in that single word. The message was clear: find your pleasing. Not in a grand gesture, but in an accumulation of little moments of joy. A phrase that felt like a direct antidote to a world that had forgotten what joy felt like. And the first offerings? Skincare serums, apparel, and of course, the nail polish. On the surface, it seemed familiar, didn't it? A famous face. A line of products. We thought we knew the blueprint. We'd seen this movie 100 times before. But what if the blueprint we were shown wasn't for the house being built? Every color was soft. Every word was chosen with a surgeon's precision. It was a language designed to welcome, not to challenge. To soothe, not to provoke. It was praised for its design, for its inclusivity. And we all nodded along. We thought the story was about beauty, about aesthetics, about a celebrity capitalizing on his good taste. But that was only the first layer. A brilliant, shimmering distraction. Because underneath that gentle pearlescent surface, a different kind of architecture was being built. A foundation for something much, much bigger. This wasn't just a brand. It was a vessel. So what was the real plan? What was he really building? Chapter 2. The Trojan Horse. In ancient tales, armies hid inside a wooden horse to bypass the city walls. The gift was not the gift. It was a delivery system. For years, Pleasing operated as the perfect gift. It was beautiful, harmless, celebrated. The media loved it. Vogue praised its unimpeachable aesthetic. Forbes called it a savvy entry into the saturated celebrity beauty space. It was a masterclass in market positioning. While other celebrity brands were screaming for attention in a loud, crowded space, Pleasing created its own lane, the lane of quiet confidence. It bypassed our cynicism. It walked right through the front gates. And all of us, we welcomed it in. But was this just good taste? Or was it a calculated strategy? The truth is, it was both. And that's what makes it so brilliant. We were all watching the wrong hand. While we were focused on the polish, we missed the point. The product was never the purpose. The purpose was the philosophy. Think about it. Why start with hands? Our hands are how we connect, how we feel, how we create, how we hold. Pleasing wasn't selling polish. It was selling the idea of touching your own world with intention. A revolutionary idea, disguised as a $15 manicure. It was a business masterclass hiding in plain sight. But a foundation is useless without a structure. A Trojan horse is just a statue until the soldiers emerge. The whole world was watching this beautiful, quiet brand grow. But no one was asking the right question. Not what is he selling, but what is he building towards? For 4 years, the answer was kept under lock and key. And that key was turned today. Chapter 3: The Revolution Unveiled. Today, the gates opened. Pleasing launched its intimate wellness line. And suddenly, the last 4 years click into place. The puzzle solves itself. This wasn't a pivot. It was the destination. The revolution wasn't just about beauty. It was about the last great taboo: pleasure. Specifically, your pleasure. On your terms. This is where the quiet plan becomes a loud revolution. And it's a war on 3 fronts. First, the abdication of the Rockstar king. For a century, we've had a clear image of the male icon. The silent strength of the 40s Hollywood hero, who sold us duty. The rebellious swagger of the 50s greaser, who sold us misunderstood cool. The raw, predatory power of the 70s rock god, who sold us dangerous fantasy. They all sold an image of power. Leather. Conquest. Loudness. Harry Styles sold us pearls. And vulnerability. Now, one of the most famous men on earth has built an empire centered on joy and self-pleasure. He's not just selling a product. He's taking the ancient rulebook of masculinity and setting it on fire. He is showing that strength isn't about dominance. It's about the courage to be soft. The freedom to find your own joy. This isn't just a new kind of rock star. It's a new model for men. But how does that joy fit into our modern world? That brings us to the second front, the rebellion against perfect wellness. Think about the wellness industry. For the last decade, it has felt like a demanding personal trainer. It shouts at you. Work harder. Eat cleaner. Be less. Optimize. It has been a culture of restriction. Intermittent fasting. Brutal workouts. The impossible pressure of the that girl aesthetic. It told us that to be well, we had to suffer. Pleasing is not a personal trainer. It's a compassionate friend. It asks a simple question: what if you just filled your cup with something that felt good? This launch reframes pleasure as essential. Not as something dirty, or shameful, or secret, but as a pillar of health. As vital as sleep. As necessary as nourishment. This isn't just about feeling good. It's about taking back power from an industry that told you your body was a problem to be solved. And that power leads us to the final front of this revolution. Treat people with kindness. It was never just a catchy lyric. It was a business plan. A thesis. In our cynical, advertisement-saturated world, the most valuable currency is no longer the dollar. It's trust. For 4 years, Harry Styles didn't just sell products. He built trust. Every gentle post, every inclusive message, every high-quality product was a deposit into a massive bank of goodwill. Today, he cashed in. He made a move that, for another celebrity, might have been seen as crass or controversial. But because he had earned that trust, the overwhelming reaction wasn't shock. It was celebration. He proved that kindness isn't just a feeling. It's an economic engine. The nail polish wasn't the revolution. The new products aren't the revolution. The revolution is this idea that you are worthy of your own kindness. And that idea is worth billions. Chapter 4: The Aftershock. So here we are. July 25th, 2025. The internet is buzzing. The headlines are churning. But the shockwave from this is deeper than a news cycle. It's a crack in an old foundation. Because what happened today wasn't just a product launch. It was the debut of a new playbook. The Pleasing Playbook. Chapter 1. Build a philosophy, not just a product. Chapter 2. Weaponize gentleness. Earn trust when no one is asking for it. Chapter 3. Play the long game. Wait until that trust is unbreakable. Chapter 4. Cash in that trust for a revolutionary move. Has Harry Styles just written the manual for how to build a brand with meaning in the 21st century? He played the long game. He built trust with soft colors and gentle words. He made us feel safe. And then he used that trust to deliver a profound, revolutionary message. A message of self-love, hidden inside a bottle of nail polish. The question is no longer what this means for Harry Styles, or his brand. The question is, what does this mean for us? When a cultural wall like this comes down, it creates space. Space for new conversations. For less shame. For more joy. This channel is a place for those conversations. We believe that stories are how we make sense of the world, and this is one hell of a story. So, I want to hand it over to you. Beyond the headlines and the products, what does this shift in the conversation mean to you personally? Share your thoughts in the comments. The most insightful stories are always found there. And if you believe that storytelling can be its own kind of revolution, consider subscribing and becoming a part of this community. Thank you for watching.